Hello everyone, I'm Harvey and welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel. As you can see, I finished 4th overall and 1st in England in the 2021 season in FPL, and I would like to share some tips and tricks to help you along your FPL journey. Let's dive straight into it. So looking back at my game week, 37 points. I got 50 points at the end, which was 11 above the average, so another average game week. I feel like I say that every week now, but yeah, 2 of my players missed an open goal, which always helps. So Salah came away with a 2-pointer against Brighton away, but he missed an absolute golden opportunity as my captain as well, so that would have been big points for me. But yeah, he came away with 0.89 expected goal involvements and got nothing. And then the second one is Kevin De Bruyne, who actually missed an open goal where the keeper was to the right of the goal, and he basically just missed his chance. There was a slight bobble beforehand, but yeah, it's not an excuse when you're like 4 or 5 yards out. So another one that sort of bites the dust, and yeah, he came away with just over 1 expected goal involvements as well. So yeah, always good when you have an FPL player and he doesn't deliver on the big scene, but yeah, hopefully for his sake he scores against Fulham in the game at 38 fixture, just to go off with a bang, because he is leaving City at the end of the season. But that might be detrimental to my team, because I might not actually own him for next week, depending on how my transfers go, but I'll discuss that later on in the video. Milenkovic actually scored for Forest as well from a corner, or a free kick, sorry. And yeah, again, I'm really happy that he finally delivered for me, even though he hasn't got many clean sheets recently. In fact, he hasn't got one since game at 30, which is pretty diabolical. But yeah, the double up on the wildcard 34 that I had him and Sales for probably wasn't the best decision in hindsight, but that's hindsight for you. So yeah, Sales I covered in that, and then 8 Nuri came away with a 0-pointer against Palace away. I was kind of optimistic that he might get an attacking return against Palace, who actually won that FA Cup at the weekend. I thought they might turn up drunk, but yeah, it turns out that they actually put on a show, and despite a little bit of rotation as well. He did get an expected assist of 0.26, but yeah, then again he came away with a 0-pointer, so not the greatest. And then moving on to Guardiola, Bournemouth at home. He actually lost his clean sheet in the 94th or 95th minute, literally the last kick of the game, and it actually benefited my rank as well, because a lot of people own Ruben Diaz, so as well as Guardiola, so they've doubled up on the City defence. So for me personally, I'm not that bothered about Bournemouth scoring in the 95th minute. But yeah, hopefully he keeps a clean sheet against Fulham away if he is in my team for next week. Yeah, but he might be on the bench depending on my transfers. But yeah, again, I'll discuss that later on in the video. And then Bowen scored again. His run of points recently has just been unbelievable. I think he's scored in the last 5. Yeah, so yeah, he's obviously got Ipswich away in game at 37 as well. So he might be a captaincy shout for me, and especially because well, only 85% of players don't actually own him, so yeah, I might back against the crowd there and go with the captaincy, but again, I'll discuss that later. But yeah, really happy to own him, and obviously happy with that goal against Forest, even though I did have the double up on Forest defence, but the net effect was basically 0, because obviously he came away with a bonus point as well. And yeah, not many people own Bowen at the moment in their midfield. And then Mbeumo came away with a 5-pointer, just got a goal and missed a penalty as well. He was a slight captaincy shout, and in hindsight probably would have been better than Salah, but then again he did miss a penalty. I'm not sure if he'll still be on penalties, but I imagine he will. But yeah, it's unfortunate if you captain him, because he could have come away with a 15-pointer or more. But yeah, that's FPL for you. It's ups and downs. And then speaking of ups, Vissa actually got a 10-pointer. I'm still not sure if it's actually his goal, but FPL would have finalised the points now, so there's no going back. But yeah, I thought it crossed the line before he touched it, but as a Vissa owner, obviously I'm not complaining. And he came away with 2 bonuses as well, as an assist and a goal. So yeah, happy with that 10-pointer. And again, he is owned more than Jarrod Bowen, so in terms of the differential of him scoring 10 points, it didn't really affect my rank. But yeah, and obviously I'm happy either way. And then I brought Watkins in for this week. I was tempted to captain him, but I thought I'd go against the crowd, and he got an assist and outscored Salah by 3 points, which yeah, again is unfortunate, but I thought I made the right decision because Watkins only came away with 0.59 expected goal involvement. So yeah, count myself a bit unlucky there, but that's FPL. And then Chris Woods, yeah, he just did nothing against West Ham. 0.33 expected goal much there. So yeah, disappointed end to owning Chris Woods, but yeah, he will be on my bench against Chelsea for the Game Week 38 fixture. Because yeah, he's not going anywhere near my starting 11, but he did get that goal against Leicester, I suppose. So maybe I'm being a bit too harsh, but yeah, my Bournemouth players, Cliver only actually played the first half, which is a bit strange. So I'm not sure if I want to keep him for the final game week, but yeah, obviously I'll decide that later on. I didn't expect a clean sheet against City away for the Bournemouth boys, so they came away with 1 pointers. And then Livramento got a 2-pointer against Arsenal, who actually only had expected goal against 0.64 against Arsenal away. So that's a really decent defence, and he will be in the starting 11 for me this week. No doubt about it, unless we hear about an injury, but yeah, it's not expected. But yeah, that was the team for that week. 50 points all in all, not too shabby. We move on to the next week. And so for the final time this season, this is my Game Week 38 team. We've got the Bournemouth triple up in Kepa, Kirkes and Kluivert. I'm not overly keen on Kluivert at the moment, purely because of his lack of minutes recently, but if I don't see an optimal move instead of him, then I will keep him in the lineup as a differential, because obviously most people won't go for him because of his recent minutes, but I'm just hoping that he, if I do keep him, he actually gets beyond 60 minutes for once. But yeah, hopefully again with the Bournemouth double up in terms of the defence. Vardy's not actually playing for Leicester in the final game, so hope for a clean sheet there, and obviously Vardy's their talisman as well. So yeah, hopefully they come away with the 4 points each. And then Livramento, I think, is nailed for my team this week. Everton at home. He restricted Arsenal to 0.64 expected goals against as well in the last fixture, so a decent defence, and hopefully that's continues for that Everton game. And then Guardiola, he may be relegated to my bench for this week, just purely because I want to try and move up the ranks a little bit, and bring in someone like Ben White for Milenkovic. And yeah, obviously relegate Guardiola to the bench, but that's the decision I have to make between now and the deadline on Sunday. But yeah, at the moment it's in the team. And then the other City player that I've got is De Bruyne. He might again leave the team for someone like Saka, or I might go down a different route where I sell Kluivert and actually bring in Evan Nielsen up top. But yeah, that's to be decided. But yeah, at the moment De Bruyne's in the team, and for all records' sake, I believe he will actually start that fixture. So if you do own him, I would keep him. I'm just in a privileged position where I've got 2 free transfers. And Mbeumo, Wolves away, decent fixture. Wolves conceded 4 against Crystal Palace, who were drunk over their FA Cup win. So I'm hoping that he continues his form. And then Bowen, he's got the armband at the moment. Ipswich away. It's a good positional matchup as well, because Ipswich down their left, their defensive left, are actually conceding their most amount of goals in the league. So yeah, it's an opportunity for Bowen to actually relish that opportunity, because he does play on the right, and obviously he should be on penalties as well with Paqueta out the team. So yeah, at the moment he's got the armband, and I think that's a bit of a differential pick as well, because most people will go for Salah this week. Who's the next player in my team? Palace at home. Obviously, I took the chance with him captaincy Brighton away, and it didn't really pay off. He just hasn't looked that lively recently, up until he missed that open goal in the last game week, typically. But yeah, if you're going there, I'm not overly sure on that choice, but he has got the vice captain armband at the moment, so obviously I do believe him in somewhat. But yeah, I think there are other options that you can move to if you want to. One of them being Watkins as well. United away, they were terrible against Spurs in the Europa League final. It's just one of the worst fixtures that I've watched in a long time, one of the worst finals in fact. Yeah, Watkins has got the opportunity to go big there as well, so if you want to move to him in terms of your captaincy shout, then by all means do it. Vista, Wolves away again, they conceded 4 last game week against Crystal Palace, so yeah, hopefully he replicates that 10-pointer and gets even more. But then again, it won't actually affect my rank that much, because most people own Vista at the top 30k. So yeah, he's in the team, and he's not going anywhere unless obviously we hear about an injury. On the bench, I've got the 3 Forest boys going nowhere near my first 11. especially because I'm a Chelsea fan, so I don't want it to go either way in terms of backing against Chelsea or backing for Chelsea. So yeah, hopefully Chelsea do get the result there, but I'm not optimistic, and it's such a big game for both teams as well, so it'll be a nervous watch when I do actually turn the TV on. But yeah, fingers crossed Chelsea come away with a win. And then last player to discuss is Gaït-Nouri, who's again not going anywhere near my starting 11, even though he's got Brentford at home, just purely because he clashes with Mbeumo and Wissa in my team. But yeah, that's the final team for the GW38 deadline. You can tell it's the last video of the year. Yeah, good luck with your teams, and I'll catch you again next season. Thank you for watching this episode. If you could please like, subscribe and comment on what I should do next, that would be great. See you in the next one.